Oh, that wasn't very loud. The pilots aren't going to hear that. If it's loud enough, I can transmit those claps and cheers. So let's get the vocal cords warmed up. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team for 2014. The Red Arrows. You now see the jets collapse to around 6 to 8 feet apart as they form short diamond formation as Red 1 brings them round into a left-hand turn. Red 1 is squadron leader Jim Turner. It's his third and final year leading the team. He's a former Jaguar pilot and he's very experienced in the display world, having displayed the Jaguar, spent 3 years previously with the Red Arrows, and has been 3 years as the official advisor to the Royal Saudi Air Force display team. Now pitch up to roll back to form Apollo. And this is part of the rolling display, so he has assessed that the cloud is high enough for him to perform his barrel rolls. You hear Reds 2 and 3 acknowledge the move to Eagle. They do that with a very metronomic cadence in their voice, so they shout 2, 3, counting in their heads on 4. All the pilots extend their air brakes, and on 6 they retract them, so all 3 aircraft on each wing drop back in unison to form Eagle. And now in from the right hand side, this is the Eagle roll. As they go upside down, boys and girls, give them a wave. This is where they'll see you. As Bill mentioned, it's a very special year for the Red Arrows. 2014 is the Red Arrows' 50th display season. Back in 1964, when this team started training for our first season in 65, it was formed from the Yellow Jacks, Red Pelicans and Black Arrows, who were very popular display teams in that era. It was decided there would be one full-time display team. At the time, the team flew an aircraft known as the Folland Gnat. That was the advanced jet trainer of the time. But in 1976, the Hawker Siddeley Hawk entered service, and in 1980, the Red Arrows changed from the Gnat to start using the Hawk T1, as you can see displaying today. So when it goes off, the team have formed another shape. This is of the Russian fighter jet, the Su-27. The NATO code word for that is flanker. So in from the left-hand side with the smoke on, this is flanker.
Yeah, it's, we may change the flames here.
To form a very wide shape. You'll see shortly the smoke comes on, Reds 8 and 9 will move to the outside of the formation to form Phoenix. Now from Red 8's right wing tip to Red 9's left wing tip, this formation is around 100 meters or 300 feet wide. What that means is to keep the formation as one, the outside pilots have to anticipate their control input. So they do that by using the cadence in Red 1's voice command, and you'll see that as they reverse. But now in for the left-hand side, we're going to have some nice red, white and blue as they show you Phoenix. Now listen to the cadence in Red 1's voice. So he calls reversing right now. On the nut of now, he puts his control input in, but actually 8 and 9 on the outside have to put theirs in on the R of right, just for that anticipation. On the leader's right wing now is Red 2. He's one of our 2 first-year pilots. He's Flight Lieutenant Stu Campbell. He's a former Tucano flying instructor, teaching basic fast jet training. He was also a Tucano display pilot. Operationally, Stu flew the Tornado GR4. Out to the right, this is our trademark shape. you're going to see all 9 jets smoking now as they fly the diamond roll. Give them another wave, boys and girls. And we fly the majority of our formations with the odd-numbered pilots on the left-hand side. The even-numbered pilots fly on the right-hand side. And in their 3-year tour with the team, the pilots will generally start at the front near the leader, and as their proficiency improves, they move further back. On the leader's left wing is the other of our first-year pilots. He's Flight Lieutenant Joe Hurston. Joe is a former Hawk flying instructor and Tornado GR4 pilot. In fact, he's the only pilot on the team to have instructed on both this version of Hawk, the Hawk T Mark I, and the Royal Air Force's newest advanced jet trainer, the Hawk T Mark II, which we use to train our 4th and 5th generation fighter pilots. The smoke comes off now, as in from the left-hand side, the team have formed the very iconic shape of Concorde. And get your cameras ready, they're about to come left as they present Concorde. I mentioned earlier that they start near the leader where they have the luxury of seeing the reference changes. In Concorde you can see that actually at the very back of the formation of beam Red 7, which means they're 120 feet away from the leader, so they have very small formation references. All of our pilots don't look at the aircraft that's only 6 feet next to them, they actually all look at various references on the leader's aircraft. Out to the front now, the formation changes again, this time to Feathered Arrow. That's a bit of a mouthful to say on the radio, so we shorten it to Fred. The smoke comes on in Fred.
Don't worry, I won't. No, I won't put any of this on Facebook.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen, that is the first half of the Red Arrows display. You've seen close formation with all 9 aircraft flying formation aerobatics. We're now going to be splitting the formation down into sections of 2, 3, 4, 5 or 7 aircraft, and we're going to show you a little bit more dynamic manoeuvring. At the front of the formation, we have Reds 1 to 5. We call them Enid, after Enid Blyton's famous 5. At the back of the formation are Reds 6 to 9, and they're known as Jippo. Jippo was the nickname of the first pilot who led the 4-ship when the Red Arrows started formally flying 9-ship displays in 1968. Out to the front, the team are in a T-shape. This is known as Dagger. But now it's definitely time to get your cameras ready. We start the second half of the display, rolling out directly to the front. Get ready for the detonator.
Oh, I'm just trying to get it so that...
No, keep it out of the way.
Here they go. Enid brake first.
Sissy's got it.
Now keep your eyes on Jippo.
Get up! Out to the left, with his slope changing from red to white, is Red 6 and leader of the synchro pair, Flight Lieutenant James McMillan. He grew up in New Zealand and was a member of the Royal New Zealand Air Force, but he transferred to the Royal Air Force in 2002 and became a Hawk flying instructor and Harrier pilot. It's his 3rd and final year with the Red Arrows. On the left, he's followed by Red 8. Looking right with the smoke on is Red 7. He's chased down by Red 9. Now these 4 aircraft are closing at around 850 miles an hour. They're down to 100 feet. Get your cameras ready now for the amazing Jippo Plus. That is really dangerous.
Now the synchro pair leave their
their smoke on. They're turning away from us at 6G, or 6 times the force of gravity. Everything in their bodies now weighs 6 times more than normal, so they are working hard to counter those G-forces as they roll up towards us and fly the Cyclone. As the synchro pair slingshot out to the front, look to your left towards the end of the runway to find Enid. The wings of Enid drop down to form an inverted V shape. Now look to your right, you'll see a lone jet. That's Red 9. Get your cameras ready now as they fly the Goose. Sleepily to the left is Red 9, drawing a red, white and blue stripe in the sky. He is Flight Lieutenant Mike Child. It's his third and final year with the team. He's a former Hawk flying instructor, Hawk display pilot. Operationally, Mike flew the Typhoon, the Royal Air Force's new multi-role combat aircraft. Look straight to the front now to find Red 6, 7 and 8. The coloured smoke comes on. Red 7 and 8 roll around Red 6 in the vortex. Cameras ready! Up through the middle of the vortex with white smoke is Red 8's Flight Lieutenant Martin Pert. It's Pert's third and final year with the team, another former Hawk flying instructor and Hawk display pilot. Operationally, Martin flew the Harrier GR9. Watching now for the synchro pair. They're coming in from the left and right. They'll be descending back to 100 feet. Get ready for the opposition barrel roll. The next call you'll hear will be threshold for each of the pilots. This is where they reach a geographic point on the ground, and that's their contract point. They mean they are visual with each other. They're happy to continue with the manoeuvre. So in from the left, Red 6. In from the right, Red 7. Get ready for the opposition barrel roll.
So. On the runway there, so close this.
Now look to the right hand side, you'll see Enid are being joined by Reds 8 and 9. Back in battle formation, you want to see Reds 1, 4, 5 ease up very slightly. The colour's about to come on for the revolution.
Why did I bother?
Each of the pilots in the Revolution performing an aileron roll there, which essentially is a full left-hand input onto the control column to roll the aircraft around its longitudinal axis. The key to that manoeuvre is obviously getting all 7 jets doing it at exactly the same time. You heard a beep on the radio then. That means that while Enid 8 and 9 are performing, they have the radio, but Red 6 and 7 need to make some radio calls as well, but they can't step on the other section's radio. So they use a little tone button in the cockpit, and that is what the beeping noise you heard. Right and left again for the synchro pair now. Red 6 from the right, Red 7 from the left. 800-mile-an-hour closure. They're going to cross 3 times in 6G turns through 360 degrees in the carousel. Notice that the pilots will swap their smoke colours at each of the 3 crosses, and they do that by using the individual colour control buttons on the aircraft's control column. Now looking right 45 degrees to find Enid. The red, white and blue smoke comes on. They're in a shape called Leader's Benefit. They're now going to draw a snake-like shape of smoke in the sky as they fly the Python.
that leader's benefit shape there is Red 4. He's Flight Lieutenant Ollie Parr. It's Ollie's second year with the team. He's a former Tornado GR4 pilot and Hawk flying instructor. That shape is known as leader's benefit. As I said earlier, the pilots aren't looking at the jet that's next to them only 6 feet away. They're looking at Red 1 or the leader. And Reds 4 and 5 further forward get a better view of Red 1, hence leader's benefit. Now keep looking to the left. You'll find Jippo, one of my favourite manoeuvres. Red 6 and 7 are about to fly upside down in close formation. Reds 8 and 9 will roll around them. This is the corkscrew. Now everybody give the synchro pair a wave as they fly past upside down. Red 7 there working hard, flying his jet only 8 feet from Red 6, doing it while he's inverted. Now look over to the left hand side to find the 5 headlights of Enid. The inside pilots perform tight matched rolls to the outside in the rollbacks.
I shan't bother bringing you again.
Enid finished their very dynamic rollbacks. We need to keep looking to the right hand side to find Jippo. Once again, Reds 6 and 7 are going to show us some inverted formation. The idea now is that Reds 8 and 9 match their formation underneath. This is mirror. Red 6 there shooting and 6 rolling out. On the and, all the pilots use rudder to rudder away from each other and form a square card formation. Now look to your right 45 degrees to find Enid. Reds 1 to 4 form a box formation. Here goes Red 5, rolling around them around a dozen times. This is the twister. Working hard and getting busy with the red smoke there is Red 5. He is Flight Lieutenant Steve Morris. It's Steve's second year with the team. He's flown both the Tornado GR4 and the Harrier GR9 and has spent a tour as a Hawk flying instructor. Look to the front now, 8 and 9, 6 and 7. Cameras ready, the Jippo, break! With his smoke on the right, changing from blue to white is Red 7, synchro number 2, Flight Lieutenant Mark Lawson. It's Mark's second year with the team. His background is solely on the Tornado GR4, where he spent 3 tours and became a qualified weapons instructor. So that's Mark on the right, Red 6 on the left, descending back down to their display height of 100 feet, just above the height of the trees. These are the double rolls.
Manoeuvre in the ends, both ends into the middle side. Watch out, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the synchro pair! Now will look directly to the front. Once again, Enid are being joined by Reds 8 and 9, and they're setting up for the displays finale. Coming in at 400 miles an hour, back in Vixen formation. This is the Vixen break. And you've been watching the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows! So Red One's just put his smoke on. He's going to gather all 9 aircraft back together so they can recover to RAF Shortbury, where our team of engineers will turn the aircraft, they'll put more fuel in, get the smoke systems ready for our 3 o'clock display at the RAF Air Show. Gentlemen, that is not quite it. I have just checked in with Red One. They have got to go in that direction anyway, so they're going to come back and give us one last fly past. So what you're going to see now is that the aircraft are going to have their air brakes extended. The air brake essentially is a big panel that hangs down at the back of the jet, and we use that to create drag to slow the aircraft down. The secondary effect of that is the need to maintain speed. We have to have a higher power setting. And that high power setting gives us a very deep colour in our red and blue smoke. The smoke itself being produced by the engine burning at 400 degrees. We inject regular diesel fuel into that 400-degree engine exhaust, and that makes the diesel fuel vaporise into white smoke. To get the red and blue colours, we add a dye to the diesel. So we'll see a fly pass coming down in from your right-hand side in a couple of minutes, and they'll be in that big V shape they arrive to start the display in. So in big battle with their air brakes extended with their red, white and blue smoke. Incidentally, we can carry 5 minutes of white smoke and a minute each of red and blue in a specially modified container beneath each aircraft. Our aircraft have to undergo a series of modifications from standard Hawk T1 training aircraft to become Red Arrows jets, specifically with that ability to produce smoke. So we have a fleet of around 12 aircraft, one of which actually doesn't have that smoking ability. So if you see the Red Arrows flying, one of them might not have any smoke. You can just see that big battle shape to the right. What I'd like from everybody here in the crowd now, especially around where I'm stood, hello, I'm waving, hello. What I'd like to see is when the coloured smoke comes on, if you can give me the biggest clap and cheer you possibly got going, then I will hold my left hand up with the radio in it. I will transmit those claps and cheers to the pilots so they can appreciate, hopefully, how much you've enjoyed the display. Does that sound like a plan? They will not hear that. Those cockpits are really noisy. You need to shout. Does that sound like a plan? That's much better. I want really, really loud clapping, cheering and screaming. In to the right, ladies and gentlemen. At the Bob Jones Memorial Air Show, coloured smoke coming on. The Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows! They are off. I'm going to head back and join them. We're going to debrief and get ready for the Cosford show. But while I've got your attention, please visit our website, raf.mod.uk/reds. On Facebook, we're RAF Red Arrows, and on Twitter, we are at RAF Red Arrows. Some of the pilots also on Twitter, but go to our website to get information on that. If you search online for Red Arrows, we'll be the first hit. We've got another 79 displays to do this year. I hope you get to see them. Thank you very, very much for watching and for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I wish you all the very best on behalf of the Royal Air Force and from everybody at the Red Arrows. Enjoy the rest of the air show.
Thanks very much, Mike.